Back again, everything seems to be working fine. Let's get back to where we were in the story. Once you complete the quest you're on, please come back. We'll be waiting for you. That's all I had left. Yeah, you're always welcome here. I was 2 lines away from finishing this, at least. Okay. Now we can pop down here to the Accursed, because crossing the Alps would take too much money. Just a single bandit with a middling weapon, high level. Opponent's middle attacks do more damage. Let's get some food. Finding this critical rate. Guard gauge damage. I'll do a Mandrake. Recover 15% of my health. My food has something. Ooh, Black Unicorn Erudite. 33. It's only 33 and not 36, but it's pretty high. But it doesn't have any specials, does it? Yeah, no specials. But wow, that's a lot of damage. Only I could give them specials. As I looked around the curio merchant store, my eyes fell upon a sword that the locals believed to be cursed. Its name? Soul Edge. Your opponents have reduced attack power, but their attacks are poisonous. Defeat them all. Oh boy. The antique shop was located in a merchant city along the coast. The shop was filled to the brim with various oddities, paintings and carvings, sets of armor, foreign pottery, strange masks, and other wares. But one object caught my eye. A sword decorating the shop wall. The merchant saw my gaze fixed on it and approached me. See something you fancy? That sword is known as Soul Edge. It's an extremely rare blade. Legends say that the now-deceased merchant Verci spent his entire life trying to get his hands on it, and even commissioned the pirate Cervantes to search for the sword. Unfortunately for Verci, once Cervantes found the sword, he refused to give it up. The shop owner suddenly lowered his voice. Truth is, some say the sword is cursed, and that it kills all who wield it. I've sold this thing to many people, but it keeps on finding its way back to my shop. The previous owners, they all died. Locals have started calling it the Cursed Sword. So do you believe in curses? Cursed or not, I can tame it. I see. Quite the bold one, aren't you? Then maybe you're the one to wield this blade. So how about it? Would you like to make a purchase? I examined the sword once more. I could sense nothing. It was just a simple blade. It was evident to me that this was not Soul Edge. When I informed the shop owner that it was a forgery, an ugly look flashed across his face. Just when I thought I'd found another sucker. Alright boys, get out here. Several brawny men appeared from the back of the shop. Sorry, it's just business. I can't have you living here and spreading rumors about me. That would hurt my bottom line. Yeah, somebody suspected. Obviously, Soul Edge isn't going to be here in this. Siegfried has it, except for a shard that still remains of the other one that Cervantes has. But they're wimpy.
Missed me. Missed me. Too easy.
For some reason, Tali often wrecks me. But luckily they're super wimpy again. You beat them all by yourself? That's not possible! After being handed over to the authorities, the shop owner revealed everything about his sinister scheme. He'd claim the sword was cursed, sell it at a bargain price, kill those who bought it, and take the blade back to sell again, thus giving some sort of credence to the fabricated curse. There are many curious men and women who are eager to own such an oddity and paid for it with their lives. The blade was not soul edge, however its curse was real. A curse born from the minds of men. Taking this lesson to heart, I continued on my journey.
Your soul surges in your body.
Darn it. Everything messing me up. Okay. Continue my expedition. Let's see. 42 bounty for scoundrels. I'm just going to go here. There's a 38 bounty for scoundrels as well. I'm actually going to equip that higher level weapon. Guard gauge and run speed don't make that much difference compared to the higher damage. Plus, I think I like the look of the weapon better. Let's go ahead and do the bounty for scoundrels first. See if that gets me another good weapon.
Battle 1. Fight!
Not likely. I strike true.
Goodness. This is a tough one.
Battle 2. Fight!
I've always been messed up by that move.
No mercy! Stop!
Battle 3. Fight!
Take this!
On guard.
Take this!
This thing. It's over. I'll end this.
Oh dear.
Brace yourself. My specialty. Stop.
Too slow!
It's over.
Take that, winch. Kinda tough. Wow, level 41, 283, 299 with some sort of power. That looks like a good weapon too. Guard durability plus 30%. It's roughly the same damage, but a little bit more crit rate. Wow, a lot more crit rate. Okay, that's worth switching to. I visited the ruins of an old port town in pursuit of a rumor about the evil seed. There I found the man who had once saved me before. Your opponents reduced health, but their attacks absorb your health. Oh, goody. Undead. Okay. Here, Kala. The rumors were true. The port was abandoned, and no signs of life could be seen among the empty shells of buildings and the ruined docks. Something drew me to search the desolate streets. I walked for several minutes until I reached an open area, and standing there was Soulcalibur. I should have known you would appear. I take it the rumors about the cursed sword and the evil seed reached you. Very well, we shall speak. But first, Soulcalibur lifted his hand and gesturing to the ruins around us. Where before I had seen nothing, I now noticed twisted creatures skulking in the shadows. The color of their skin, their movements, they were certainly not human. With ghastly cries, they raised their weapons and shambled towards us. Those beings are bound here by the evil that corrupts this place. They feed on the souls of those drawn here by rumors and raise their fallen victims as new members of their foul horde. And now they wish to feed on you. As always, Soulcalibur, old buddy, you're a regular fount of good cheer and good news. Jeez. Jeez. A little bit better that time. Yeesh. All three have long-range weapons so that they can get the first hit on you and immediately start stealing your health. Once I destroyed the twisted creatures hunting me, Soulcalibur began to speak as though nothing had happened. Around 30 years ago, the cursed sword slept in this very place. This was also the pirate Cervantes' base of operations once he came into possession of the sword. But Cervantes' days were numbered. The blade was shattered by a Grecian warrior, blessed by the gods, Sophitia. Unbeknownst to her, she had only destroyed half of the cursed sword. How? Because with Cervantes as its owner, the sword had become one of a pair. Soul Edge transforms itself to fit the character of the one who wields it. Cervantes used a pair of swords in battle, and the cursed sword happily split into two to better serve him. That changed the very destiny of the sword. The desolate port town, poisoned by the sword's influence, gave Soulcalibur's words an extra weight. Where we stand now, in this very spot, the young swordsman Siegfried claimed the remaining sword. When he did, the evil seed sprang forth. It is as yet unclear what created the evil seed and why some, such as you, were affected. It is clear, however, that the fates of many were changed, resulting in the world as we know it. Fate deals its hand without prejudice. Soulcalibur's voice slowly quieted until at last he was silent. After a few moments of contemplation, he looked up at me. Enough talking. There is nothing here for you now. Nothing that will change your fate. What was Soulcalibur doing there? I had no idea. Perhaps like me, he faced an inescapable fate. Okay, that is just In Search of Strength, but this is the Fading Light. Two enemies. While searching for information on the cursed sword, the name of a mansion in the British Empire came up time and again. Perhaps I could find some clues there? With that in mind, I set off. Your opponent's attacks are effective against guards. Defeat all opponents. Okay, let's see. Level 35. Shouldn't be too bad. I heard rumors of a place in the British Empire that might have something to do with the cursed sword. When I arrived, I found a ruined mansion. Out of courtesy, I knocked before entering the seemingly abandoned building. Inside, I found old portraits on the walls and furniture covered in dust. When I reached the central courtyard, I heard footsteps. What do we have here? A guest? It has been ever so long. Are you a friend of Lord Valentine? Might I inquire as to your name? The man spoke politely, but he had a dangerous air about him. I gave my name, careful not to take my eyes off of him. Oh, how surprisingly candid of you. My name is Fiddler. Since you've come all this way, I feel I should tell you a bit about the place. This was once the estate of the renowned merchant and noble, Lord Valentine. See that crest? It once adorned the prows of merchant galleons in harbors from London to Venice and the world beyond. He was brilliant, but sadly grew erratic not long after he began his research into the alchemical arts. His wits faded as his obsession for something called soul edge grew. He squandered his fortune and died of sickness along with his beloved wife. And now? Well, see for yourself what has become of his legacy. He had an exceptionally beautiful young daughter, but no one knows what became of her. Some say his madness transformed itself into his daughter's curse. Anyway, I believe I've amused myself enough for today. Miser, be a dear and help me flank this fool. I glanced over my shoulder and was shocked to see a woman dressed in Eastern garb standing right behind me. It looks like this Fiddler had been buying time until his partner showed up. You're as cowardly as ever, Fiddler, but you were wise to wait for me. I love the fact that she has woman named Miser. Miser was a guest bonus kind of character from Soulcalibur 3, because they had a specific character for each of the 17 bonus weapon styles that were mostly for the Create a Soul function and Chronicles of the Sword. Miser was the katana and shuriken wielder, is a ninja, and essentially was actually killed in the prologue to Soulcalibur 4 for Mitsurugi. They were looking for soul edge from him or something, or had clues on it. Here in Greed, the kunai, basically representative character. You see, friend, this is our, what do you call it, secret base? Yes, that sounds right. Now that you've seen us, we simply can't let you leave alive. You face number 8, Fiddler the Butcher, now. I'm known as number 5, the Breaker. Let's do this. Fiddler the Butcher, Miser the Breaker. These guys have names that are just adjective things and combined. He looked like a...
Eternal beauty.
Their weapons are not very effective against sustained attacks. I figured, Mitsurugi. I kind of actually thought she might be Yoshimitsu, but there's the clockwork on her back, which is supposed to be her shuriken. She looks very much the same. Pretty close.
That's it.
Ouch, lethal hit. Not bad. I'm impressed you could hold your own against both of us. Although I'd managed to hold off their attacks thus far, these two were incredibly skilled fighters. I was considering just how to make my escape when a shout rang out from somewhere in the house. Hey, stop playing around, you idiots! Number 3's almost back! A large man wielding a giant sword appeared in a window at the top of the mansion. Next to him stood a crafty-looking old man with a monocle. If Shylock comes back and sees us held off by this peon, he'll kill us for sure! Bilk, Greed, lend us a hand here if you please! There was no way I'd survive if my opponent's numbers grew further. I made a split-second decision and bolted for the exit. How long I ran, I don't know. It didn't appear that I was being pursued, but I thought it wise to not stop until I was far, far away. I don't know who those people in the mansion were, but they were too good to be mere thieves or bandits. And now that they knew my face, my name, it would be in my best interest to never go near that place again. Thought we might have a chance encounter with Ivy, but instead it was them, huh?
Surges in your body.
Okay. I think I'm done expediting through there now. Humanity. Okay, I need to take the thing back here. First, let's do some exploring. Just to see what these are, mostly. They're probably nothing, but bounty for scoundrels, in search of strength, yep, the basics. Okay. Let's go to Samarkand and give that back. Bless my days, is it really you? When I arrived at the Lord's Manor, I was greeted by the familiar voice of his daughter. She trotted to the gate and pushed it open for me. She seemed in good health. My worries were, thankfully, for naught. Are we ever going to learn her name, though? Is she someone important, or is this just a weird thing? It's so wonderful to see you again. You seem surprised. As you can see, I'm much better. Father, you'll never guess who's here. Come quickly, it's Kain. As I live and breathe, what a pleasure to see you again. What ho? Are those white truffles you have there? Oh my! The word thank you does not do enough to express my gratitude. Naturally, bringing fresh truffles directly from Italy was impossible. So I had brought Italian-grown dried ones. Though this affected their taste, there was little I could do about that. Hopefully, she would be able to make something nice with them. I handed her the truffles and made to leave, but stopped by a tug at my sleeve. Please stay a while longer. You must allow me to prepare you something to eat this time, though I cannot promise anything sophisticated. A short while later, she presented an Italian dish called fungi, a mushroom pasta. What a tantalizing smell! Even the gods' mouths must be watering. Kain, do you know where this dish originated? Some say pasta came from this very land. When I told her I didn't know that, she blushed. I read it in a book. I've spent most of my life in the house, leafing through dusty tomes and dreaming of the world outside. Pasta traveled here all the way to Italy. I hope to make the same journey myself one day, but will I ever get the chance to see the wonders of the world? I wanted to tell her that the world was a dangerous and scary place, but I bit my tongue. She was intelligent, so no doubt she understood that already. What kind of person would I be if I robbed her of her dreams? Instead, I told her about the strangely bittersweet noodles I had eaten in a place far to the east of Italy. 2,000 gold for that. The oasis city of Samarkand had been a center of trade for thousands of years, the wealth and power of commerce fueling its development into a great metropolis. But more than just goods passed through this city. People do as well, ever coming and going. A letter addressed to me arrived at my inn in Samarkand. One of the lines read, I would be most grateful if you could bring me some cocoa beans. The sender had neglected to sign their name, but the handwriting looked familiar. It looked to be sent by the rich lord's daughter. Why did she feel the need to contact me in this indirect manner? I searched my memory for everything I knew about cacao beans. If I remembered correctly, the beans were used as the base for a drink in the New World called Soulcalibur. It was especially popular among the native people of New Spain. I had never seen the beans for myself. Perhaps if I headed to Spain or to a place where Spanish merchants traded, I might find something. For the sake of the Lord's daughter, I was willing to give it a try. We make friends everywhere and everything else. Okay, all the way down there, huh? Alright, what of these other places? Are they anything important? I checked those two already. There's some places in the east here. In search of strength and in search of strength. Okay, so nothing significant. So that's it for those. I can go to Spain or I can continue on with humanity. Let's go ahead and continue the main story for a bit. And then I'll go there. Danger awaited me along the road to the temple. However, my journey was not over yet. Aswell and his allies had to be taken care of, and quickly. The road to the temple was swarming with ascended warriors. They got here before us, but I can still sense the astral fissure. There's still time. Leave this battle to us, sir. Take Kain and find the astral fissure. I nodded to Dion and Natalie, and Gro and I sprinted toward the temple. We found our path blocked by Daniel, our goal just out of reach behind him. None shall interfere with Lord Aswell. On my life, I swear you will die by my hand. Good, short, sweet, and to the point.
Battle 1. Fight!
Take that, Wedge. Second fight was much easier. Aswell must have neglected to give you power. I don't need that hideous power. I wanted to remain beautiful, a human, loved by Lord Aswell until the end. Daniel's weapon dropped from his lifeless fingers as he collapsed to the ground. The traitor has been eliminated. We must hurry. Death or Glory. Level 50 Aswell. Chaos and Order. Ring out's disabled, to reduce below a certain level. Grow and I climbed the temple steps as far as our legs would carry us. The final battle lay ahead. Okay, 45% health recovered on a critical edge hit. Should I go for that? Let's use high quality Curse Cult Oil and then that on the next one. Food has been set.
You are too late.
It cannot be.
The show is over. The curtain has fallen. Actually, no. It has just risen. Now begins the main act, to free humanity from fate's shackles!
This is definitely a climax. The voice acting's provided for me now.
Soul Edge and Soulcalibur.
The first key is complete. Now I need only claim the other one. But before I do, I think you've worn out your welcome here, Grow.
You hold him off for a while. When I have dealt with these, I shall move in to offer support. Let us go!
Aswell is pretty weak to successive attacks, as he takes time to change his styles.
Join me. Do you really believe you can win?
Win or lose, I don't care. I'm here because I despise you. That's it! The rest is in your hands.
Fool. Have you abandoned all reason?
Chapter 4, Biding Time. Wow. Okay. We searched for Grow and Aswell at the bottom of the ravine for hours upon hours, but found no sign of either of them. Sir Grow. I knew he was concealing something, but what? What other conclusion could there be? He is an outsider. But he despised outsiders. There has to be more to this than meets the eye. Perhaps. Still, remember our purpose, Dion. If he is indeed an outsider, I will not hesitate to strike him down. We must report in and request orders on how to proceed. Fortunately, one of our agents operates out of a nearby town. We head there immediately. A climax, but certainly not the end. Jimated! That's Namco for you. Wow, lots of interesting places. Taking on the world, the Merchant's Tip. A new astral fissure. Okay, I need to explore all these first. What do we have here? That is an area. Thomas in need again. So I'm going to have to go say hi to him. I'm going to wait a while, though, because it's otherwise going to take me quite a bit. See the trade route, the Iberian Peninsula. Okay. Hopefully, eventually, they'll tell me this young lady's name. I'm very annoyed by the fact that it's just the Lord's daughter. And then there's something here. City of the Dead, Tomb Raider Gossip. Okay. Back here, that's just an In Search of Strength. But that's got... And Samarkand has a battle as well, so... We'll see what that is. Okay, first of all, let's go to the Iberian Peninsula and pick this up. Or that wasn't Samarkand, that was the other place. This is probably my weapon style is the reason why. Opponent's throws do more damage. Okay. I thought 3 chapters was kind of short for any kind of a storyline. Wonder how many there are.
Surges in your mind.
Tyrfing, an evil katana. Oh no, Tyrfing's... Yeah. Yeah, it is, actually. Yeah, I think that's it. I was certain if I went to the Iberian Peninsula, I could find the cocoa beans the landowner near Samarkand sought. A merchant who had just returned from his travels was experiencing trouble with hoodlums and said he would give me half the wares he had picked up if I dealt with them. Okay. Should be easy enough. Attack throw.
I won't quit.
Boom. Rambo? Yeah, something like that. Here's our Rambo enemy. Ouch. The merchant gave me some expensive cocoa beans. I need to hurry and deliver them to Samarkand. It always says hurry, but you have time. Okay, my style is mastered. So probably this quest that just appeared back in the Lingshengsu Temple is something to do with style mastery. I heard something about that, but I don't know myself. Okay, let's go ahead and end the expedition. I don't need anything else from here. Let's take on the world, the merchant, whatever. You again, it's been a while, hasn't it? The cheerful voice belonged to the Korean peddler who had told me about the Song Doshang. Are you here to see the temple or test your skills? If so, I'd watch yourself. Those warriors are no pushovers. Apparently, the peddler developed a keen interest in spectating martial arts tournaments and had traveled all the way to Europe in pursuit of his hobby. The Janissaries are considered the best of the Ottoman Empire's military might, and of their number, they say the Spartans are the cream of the crop. They were originally captives of war, but here's the shocker. Recently, they've gathered as much influence as any noble house. People say they owe a lot of their influence to the incredible military achievements of the Spartans. I can see what you're thinking. You're eager to go a round or two with them, right? Go on, have some fun. The peddler grinned at me. Well, I couldn't deny that I was interested. If you're going to go up against them, make sure you give me all the juicy details next time we meet. Take care now. With that, the peddler scurried off. Okay. Taking on the world, the Spartans. Okay. Let's see how bad this battle is. My request for a sparring match was accepted easily. Surprisingly easily at the shrine. Pleased though I was, it would not be an easy fight. Reduce my guard gauge more. Defeat them. Okay, good thing I have a lot of guard durability. Are you the one who wishes to test his mettle against us? A large soldier wearing an ornate helmet approached. When I showed him the pass I'd bought from the temple, he shook his head. I don't care about that. Let's fight. Try not to die.
Battle 1. Fight. Ha! Obvious. Failed? No. I failed? Coming. No more.
This
Half measure.
guy has some mean defense.
Fight.
Haha. That's a really good ring out move for low walls like that. Lifts them up and then knocks them down. Well, you sure showed me. Haha. I surrender. You've got skill indeed. The man threw down his weapon and laughed heartily. I'm nothing compared to our leader, though. If you're feeling up to it, I can have a word with him for you. How about it? If this leader was really that strong, I'd love to challenge him to a fight. The captain, who's level 40. Okay, is that all? When I returned to the shrine, I was met by the Spartan captain. Despite his friendly demeanor, I could sense he was an extraordinarily powerful warrior. When I returned to the temple, the soldier I'd fought was waiting for me. Hey, good fight the other day. Nice to see you. Hello there, traveler. I am captain of the Spartans. I've been told you're looking for a fight. Normally I'd pit you against our strongest warrior, Aeon, but he's on leave today, so I'm here in his stead. The captain readied himself to fight. He wore a simple metal helmet and breastplate. The casual way he held his weapon suggested that he didn't think of me a serious opponent. He had a menace to him that dwarfed the soldier I'd fought the other day. I know what you're thinking. Not very fancy gear for a soldier, but simple and sturdy is our creed. Now feel the wrath of a Spartan! Aeon, of course, is the lizard man. He was taken by the cult of Fecal Cestus and turned into the lizard man captain. I'm wondering if it is only like in the later Soulcaliburs that lizard man is Aeon, or if his being on leave is just they're trying to hide the fact that he's gone missing. Holy cow. Yeesh. He's tough.
No more half measures.
He is indeed. Okay, there we go. Incredible. I yield. The fight was close, and I sensed that if he'd had better equipment, our duel may have taken a different turn. The Spartan captain must have known that too. However, he likely took great pride in wearing the arms and armor of those who had once subjugated ancient Greece. Wow, I never thought I'd see anyone beat the captain. My friend, I'm sure the gods who watch over us are smiling down on you too. The proud soldier smiled broadly at me, their expressions honest and filled with joy. Every
Surges in your body.
warrior in the universe has these guys' sentiments. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on south here and see the City of the Dead Tomb Raider gossip. A warrior stands in my way. Level 45 Bandit. The attacks reduced my guard gauge more. I keep hitting start, but I don't need to. Shouldn't be too tough. I'm saving this level 55 Warrior Mercenary as a bit of a trump card for when I really need it. Nightmare style, huh?
Move it. Get lost.
Ouch. Ow. Okay, you asked for it.
The warrior now lays here to rest.
Oh, you don't get to replay those? Darn it. Oh, crap. Oh, well. When we arrived at the organization's hideout, we were greeted by a nervous Saval agent. Something wasn't right. After a short, hushed conversation, Natalie turned to me. We are leaving now, Kain. The three of us hurried out of town. An astral fissure has been sighted just north of here. We need to deal with it before it can grow any more powerful. Others have been tasked with locating Sir Groen as well. Let us make haste. Oh, wow. Okay, what are all these things around here? Oh, wow. There's a Tira. There's an Ivy. That's a Thomas in Need. And now there's something over there. Footsteps, the Sorcerer. And that's just a bounty for scoundrels. Okay, well, I'm going to come over here and explore all these. But first, I need to check out these other ones that are over here. That's just a bounty. That's an In Search of Strength. That's the one I need in the city. Okay, let's Fendorf shop. What do they sell? basic, decent level weapons, but nothing great. Items, Divine Elixir, critical rate +10. None of these are really great. 10% damage is decent, though. An opening roads, the Hidden Village clan. Okay, well, we'll come back to here. First, let's check out this Tomb Raider gossip. The Valley of Kings, an necropolis on the west bank of the Nile, where the great pharaohs and nobles of ancient Egypt were laid to rest in a series of tombs. I had heard tales of the vast riches buried here, but it was nigh impossible to find anything not picked clean by tomb raiders, and not just treasure either. The mummies themselves were stolen, sold as magical remedies to every conceivable ill. I can't believe it. The place was filled with traps, and I nearly died a dozen times just getting to the burial chamber. And when I broke in, the place was empty as my purse. Bah! I was sure I'd hit it big this time, too. Sitting in a small tavern in Memphis, I listened as a group of rough-looking tomb raiders complained about their poor luck. Come on, you know there's nothing in any of the places round here. Thousands of years worth of people like us stripped them bare. Bah! I heard someone found a bunch of sealed tombs to the south. Want to hit them? What are you, an idiot? You know about the curse. Curse? What were these two talking about? I decided to ask for details, but they seemed nervous to even mention it. See, there's this big, fat tomb that nobody's looted yet. Word is there's some sort of monster inside. The few who managed to make it out alive all went insane, tore each other to pieces on the spot. I'm telling you, it's the curse of the pharaohs. Yeah, I'd stay away from that place if I were you. Damn straight, I like living and I bet you do too. Hey stranger, what's with that look? You're not thinking of going, are you? I'd run into curses before. On my travels from fecal Sestimus to Athens, I encountered a number of astral fissures. It's possible that one of them appeared here too and started causing strange things to happen. I managed to convince the tomb raiders to give me the location of the cursed pyramid. Doesn't look like an astral fissure to me. 2, 3 level 4, level 5, level 39 enemies. Won't recoil when hit by weak attacks. Oh no. Well, hopefully they do it with high level attacks and with increased guard break. Okay. Well, they're only level 39. Alright, I'll keep the boat docked here for you. Just head over that mountain. Can't miss it. Remember, I don't care if you're back or not. I'm leaving before the sun sets. Damn it, I can't believe I even agreed to take you this far. The tomb raider I'd convinced to accompany me here seemed to be regretting his decision. I left him at the boat. I clambered over the rocky mountain and found myself in a small, secluded valley dotted by a number of stone pyramids. I'd arrived at the necropolis. Most of the pyramids were fairly small, but the one in the center of the valley towered over the rest. That must be the one. The entrance was sealed shut, but I found a shaft nearby, just big enough to squeeze through. It dangled down into the earth and was likely dug by tomb raiders. I dropped down the last bit of the shaft and lit a mining lantern. I could feel it. There was an astral fissure nearby. I had heard that these pyramids were built long, long ago. Perhaps places like this were more susceptible to the astral fissure's dark influence. As I was pondering, the stones around me began to emit an eerie light, and something slowly rose from the ground. Wrapped in white bandages from head to toe, it was very definitely a mummy. I reached out with my senses and felt an evil power emanating from beneath the mummy's bandages. The malicious energy swirling through the pyramid seemed to fill this creature. The astral fissure was likely what had animated it. The mummy picked up an ancient weapon and shambled forth to battle. I am indeed. First I need to finish the Libra of Souls here, and then I'm going to be working on speedrunning it. But I really wanted to let's play the thing, so I haven't gotten as far as I could have. Oh, I hate that. Oh, goodness. I should have done a healing something. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm planning to do this one. It's just going to take a bit. At least it's not everyone. Jeez, this is the, speaking of Soulcalibur 3, this is the Guardian Force power right here. At least it isn't quite as bad. I can use the lifting stunning attacks on him. Oh, do not do this to me now. Okay, there we go.
Take this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Okay, third down.
Fight.
Whew, luckily these guys seem to be very weak against that particular moving attack. Ooh, okay, last one. Ouch. Darn it. Now I'm gonna have to start all over.
Soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
Oh, gall.
Watch this. Watch this.
Ah, not gonna win this one at this rate. Yeah. Okay, that was nice.
One strike. Fight.
Ah, goodness.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
I needed some sort of healing item, food, I think, instead of this.
Fight.
Guardian Force. 5 Guardian Forces in a row is not fun. Even if it's not entirely a Guardian Force, it's... This is nothing, apparently.
Miss me.
Okay, just one. Let's see if I can beat him this time. If not, I may have to come back later. Oh no, there's 2 remaining. Blast. Okay, now just the Siegfried remaining. Yes, I can grab him at least. Oh! No way! Ah, how did he slough my freaking critical edge? Maybe I'll rely on throws if those work and most others don't. There we go. Okay, well, I have a little more health. Throws are definitely the way to go. Goodness. Although this guy,
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
they just have super high defense against normal attacks, so throws will work, but I have to be able to get close enough to these long-range characters to throw them. Yeah, but it's a lot harder. You have to run a much farther distance. Okay. Oh, there we go. Whew, so close. The creatures were extremely strong and resilient, but after a long and vicious struggle I managed to defeat them. I reached out with my senses again, but could only barely detect the astral fissure anymore. Perhaps defeating the mummies had dispelled the dark power filling this place. The fallen mummies at my feet had returned to normal and were now just your average cadavers. Scattered nearby were a number of pouches, each filled with ancient treasure. I picked up enough for myself and my Tomb Raider friend, and left the pyramid. Thanks. Yeah. Woo! Oh, but now an astral fissure has appeared. A hidden room. Rumors reached me of more demons appearing at the pyramid, so I headed there myself once again. Level 48? I'm not doing it at level 48, though. I'll have to come back later. That's insane. It's a lot of experience if you can clear that out. Maybe after I clear out that next area. Okay, time to go back. First to Samarkand. Trade route, meeting of new people. Kain, I knew you would come. I just knew it. When I arrived at the mansion, the Lord's daughter came rushing out to greet me. My friend, please talk sense into her. She refuses to listen to me. Next to her was the Lord himself, looking extremely concerned. Had something happened? Ah, such a rich aroma. So these are cocoa beans. I entered the mansion, and the young lady immediately began grinding the beans into a mortar. An intriguing aroma soon filled the air. I absolutely refuse to allow you to go on this foolish journey. Now really, it is far too dangerous. My dear father, thanks to the food which Kain here kindly brought to me, I am as fit as a flea. I have come to realize food really can give a person strength and courage. The young lady tilted the mortar and poured the ground brown substance into several cups. After adding hot water and a red powder, she handed one to me. Here you are, a fresh cup of Soulcalibur, enjoyed by the new people of the New World. I took a sip, and a curious taste filled my mouth. Interesting. The rich aroma lingers in my nostrils, and an invigorating taste smothers my tongue. I feel the bitterness stimulating my mind, and a vision. So this is the warm black earth of the New World I see before me. Now try this. It is a drink of the Spanish merchants called chocolate. The young lady handed me another cup. I took a sip, and my taste buds exploded. It was so sweet. The spice of the previous cup had been replaced with what felt like a vat of sugar. Sounds! The smoothness, the warmth. I feel calm. The days I spent with my wife, may she rest in peace, appear before my eyes as if I lie here dreaming. Do you see, Father? Just as people can change when introduced to other people, food can change when introduced to other cultures. And more importantly, food gives people strength, courage, and joy. Now we're a cooking anime. Thanks to my encounters with new people and new food, I have recovered from my illness. The world is a joy to me now. Through food, I wish to give happiness to others, as Kain has given it to me. The Lord's cheeks were wet with tears. He gave a great sigh and then smiled at his daughter. What a fool I would be to refuse your wish. However, I must insist that you do not push yourself too hard. And on your return, you must regale me with stories of the happiness you found on your travels. Promise me? Oh, Father, of course I promise you. The oasis city of Samarkand, a city of comings and goings. Soon this city will say farewell to another. A newly minted traveler's future lies ahead of her. How come I've done all this for title Master Chef? Nice. But I haven't even learned her name. Young Ladies Lapis Lazuli. It's Young Ladies Lapis Lazuli, for goodness sake. Okay. Now my blacksmith friend does a new quest for me, it would appear. Shield and honor. Mercenaries. In an attempt to reclaim her family's honor and status as royal smiths, Bolta hoped to replicate her grandfather's swordsmithing techniques. A trip to a mountain near Fergana in the west was in order to get the necessary metal. Low attacks do more damage, but their other attacks are weakened. Okay. Blue-gray liquid gold. When I visited Bolta's workshop again, I was surprised to find her without her hammer in hand. Instead, she was intently examining a Chinese sword. Grandpa forged this a long time ago. There's not a speck of rust on it, even though it's mostly been sitting around here all this time. I think he treated the surface with a special metal, but... Wait a sec. Kain? Good to see you. You're here to help me out, right? Then let me get you up to speed. Bolta straightened up and fixed her eyes on me. The exhibition is a chance to restore my family's honor. See, we'd been the royal smiths for generations, till that mercenary Captain Asen offered my father a bribe. The dear old fool punched him instead. Asen is a distant relative of the royal family, so he had my brother barred from the palace. They took away the shield bearing the crest of King Said I, given to our family to mark our service to the royal family. It was a treasure to us for generations. If we win at the exhibition, I'll get that shield back. That's why this is so important to me. I have to reclaim the honor that was stripped from us. Bolta, out of breath from trying to say everything at once, handed me the sword she had been staring at earlier. I plan to duplicate this sword for the second round of inspection. According to my grandpa's notes, the metal he used can be found in the mountains west of here, near Fergana. Mind coming with me? Of course, I have to protect you from the bandits, since you're just a smith. After days of travel on mountain trails that were perilous even for sure-footed goats, we arrived at our destination. I've never seen ore like that. It shines like every color of the rainbow. Once I refine it, I'm sure I can make that rust-proof metal. Oh, is it Rainbow Shell? Will we get a rainbow katana? Thanks for leading us to the stuff. Large mercenary. Muscular mercenary. We had a hell of a time following you, but you found those rocks for us. What will I spend my bonus pay on? You're Asen's goons, aren't you? Doesn't matter, you're dying here anyway. Couldn't let him up. Mitsurugi's style has some pretty good low attacks. But it is. Friendship Katana. The Rainbow Katana is the ultimate weapon in this game of Chrono Trigger, forged from this mysterious rainbow shell. It's one of my favorite weapons in all of role-playing games. Has a 70% crit rate, which is insane. Right, I need to tell the Lord and other smiths about this deposit. That way no one will be able to monopolize it and everyone will reap the profits. Bolta began putting large chunks of rock into her basket. The return trip promised to be even harder than the way up. Good thing I don't have to roleplay those things. Blue-gray liquid gold. Okay, it's bigger now, so now we get better stuff. So this turfing I can give 3 to, so what do these other weapon enhancements do? Can't apply the same effect more than once. 15% health recovered at the start of round, so it's Aquarina's guard durability, auto counter. Attack and defense plus 25% at hit points 30 or below. Oh darn. That's not that great then. Damage taken minus 30% during snow cards. Or damage taken minus 20%. That would be a good ability to have at some point. But I don't currently have any good weapons that actually have usable... that actually have things I can do to them. What are you? Just a bounty for scoundrels. Okay. Alright, time to go back here to... the Cave of the Master Swordsman. Yeah. Memories brought to surface. I visited the cave of the Master Swordsman and found Edgemaster meditating by the river. Not wanting to disturb him, I started to turn away when he spoke with his eyes still closed. You've grown stronger. Come and sit. I walked over to the old man and sat quietly next to him. Kain, your skills are growing beyond the realm of mere mortals. However, Edgemaster's eyes snapped open and he stared at me with a sharp gaze. As your strength grows, the ancients begin to stir in the astral chaos. According to the old man, the ancients were beings that had mastered a type of weapon. They sought life or death combat with the strongest souls they could find. When they awaken, they will come to you, tied as you are to the astral chaos. If you desire to face this trial, come and speak to me again. As I started to leave the cave, Edgemaster called out to me. Be warned, the ancients are but an omen of things yet to come. As your strength and skill reach their zenith, they will be put to the test. Final trial, Longsword. You wish to face the trial? Your powers awaken the ancient master of the Longsword. If the ancient is newly awakened, you have a chance. I'll tell you where to find the gate. You must hurry. After giving me the location of the ancient, Edgemaster fell silent once more. Oh god, I have to go on a long journey? Okay, probably from here is the best place. Level 72. Despite what he says, it's probably not going to grow, so I think I'm going to leave that alone for now. Back to Dhaka. Dhaka has a battle. The bandits were making trouble again, so I hurried back to Dhaka. When I disembarked my ship, someone called out to me. 2 bars of your soul gauge filled. I like that. Maharshi informed me that bandits had once again began harrying merchants near Dhaka, and I returned to help at his request. As soon as I had stepped ashore, a veiled woman tugged at my sleeve. It was Lila. A pleasure to see you again. Come with me. She led me to an empty alley and began speaking in a hushed voice. I knew that Maharshi would send for you soon. You're here to drive away the bandits again, right? I've nothing to do with them anymore. One of my old allies hired new men, you see. Apparently our old methods were not satisfactory enough. I asked if she felt any loyalty to her past companions, and she sniffed in disdain. Whatever I owed them was paid in full by my silence when you had me at your mercy. Stealing from fat old merchants is a nice bit of sport, but robbing the poor, let alone killing them for no reason, is not something I'd like to take part in. It's just bad business, do you believe me? I nodded, and the eyes peering from behind the veil briefly widened. My, you're quite decisive. Listen, I'll only say this once. This former colleague is about to make the transaction of a lifetime. Everything is at stake. The goods will be coming through tomorrow. If they go missing, then there will be no more funds for banditry. I held my breath, waiting in silence with Lila's minions at the bottom of the boat near the sandbar. Once we heard the sound of wagon wheels, we swiftly rowed for shore. A cry of surprise sounded from our quarry, and I spotted a merchant leap up next to the driver. That must be Lila's old friend. There weren't many guards. They had little reason to believe they would be attacked today, after all. Come on, surrender now if you don't want to get hurt. Otherwise, I'll send Kain after you. Why do I think that I'm being used really good again? This does not sound on the up and up. Gall, this woman. Well, they do look like bandits. That was easy. Yep.
Stay still. Attack.
Yeah, level 28s aren't much to me anymore. Did you see the look on that idiot's face when he beat all those guards and he realized he'd lose everything? Priceless. Lila laughed gaily as she sat in the driver's seat of the stolen wagon. When she had finished, she glanced over at me. I'm shocked you believed me, my soft-hearted friend. You can inform Maharshi that there will be no more attacks. With that, she gave me a strong shove in the chest, and I tumbled off the wagon and onto the ground. Lila whipped the reins, and the wagon sped away. If Lila could be trusted, then the brigands would not return. The land route would be secure at last. She did escape with the goods she was after, though. In the end, she remained a step ahead of everyone else.
Your soul surges in your body.
Surges in your body. Okay, time to exchange some gold for SP. I don't really need that much gold. So I haven't found a whole lot of uses for it. Okay, so eventually I need to go kill the rest of those guys. I need to go take care of my soul mastery, but for now, let's go ahead and do one more Astral Fissure main storyline. Oh, we still have these too. Taking on the World, the Merchant's Tip, Part 2. I walked across a wide plain, the fiery sun slowly dropping toward the horizon. I hurried on in hopes of reaching the next town before dusk, but darkness came with no sign of habitation in sight. Shortly after nightfall, I spotted a campfire spark to life ahead of me. Oh, hey there, fancy running into you again. The Korean peddler I'd met a number of times during my travels smiled up at me. I'd give up on reaching the next town tonight. There are wolves out there, and the town closes its gates come sundown. They would rather watch a traveler get devoured in front of their gates than open them after nightfall. So please, stay the night and warm yourself by my fire. The soup's just about done. Have a bowl. I thanked the grinning peddler, then took a seat by the fire. To be frank, I'm happy you're here. If any wolves show up, you'll chase them off, won't you? In the distance, I heard the howls of a wolf pack. Hey, interested in a little local legend? The wolves here aren't just the fiercest you'll ever meet. It's also said they're considered guardian beasts of the city. You ever hear of the Silver Wolves of Wolf Crone? They're a company of elite knights led by the young Queen Hildegard herself. People say they've even fought the Azure Knight of Ostrheinsburg. that very kingdom of Wolf Crone, why, it's just over those mountains there. The peddler clapped his hands together as if remembering something. Of course, if you want to test your mettle, you should head to the Royal Wolf Crone garrison. The Silver Wolves are out fighting on the front lines, but I hear the night station there are the next best thing for 1,000 miles. I'll tell you how to get there in the morning. For now it's late, so you should grab some shut-eye. I'll keep you awake if the wolves attack. Luckily, the wolves left us alone that night, and I was able to get some rest before the coming of dawn. So that gives us a couple places to go. The Hidden Village Clan. I told you, the whole situation is rotten. A woman named Lizalot slurred insistently and pounded the table. She was well into her cups. Hey, are you even listening? We need to build a highway through the forest. That's all. Thank you for your consideration. By the end of her short speech, she was standing on the table and shouting to the entire room. Anyway, you're a doughty adventurer, right? Don't try to fool me. Lizalot squatted down on her perch and peered into my eyes. We have to go tell the village chief about our plan. I'll come back to the inn in the morning. Good night. What? I am confused. Good morning. It's time to have our discussion with the village chief. Without waiting for a response, she took my arm and led me to the chief's house. Lizalot, no matter how many times you ask, the answer is still the same. The villagers fear the forest. It belongs to the Hidden Village Clan. If we tried to build a road through that, who knows what trouble may come. But without a road, the village is doomed. You know that trade with other villages will dry up because everyone has to take the long way around. If the Hidden Village Clan still exists, then as a scholar of the Crone family, it is my responsibility to negotiate with them. Chief, please allow me to do my duty. Are you certain you're up to the task? Forgive me, but you are unable to ensure even your own safety. Don't worry, I've made arrangements this time. This doughty adventurer will escort me. Lizalot and the village chief both looked at me. I thought you were exaggerating when you told me of this adventurer's skill, but he does look quite experienced. Very well, I give you permission to try. But do take care. You know I will. Escorting a woman into the heart of a primeval forest, I'd gotten myself entangled in strange business. Indeed. Hidden Village Clan is what they call their elf-type people here. So, nothing new opened, so I wonder, are these both Blood and Fate? Lost Little Bird a long time ago, and the deal with the Ancients. Opening roads. So that's where the thing with her is. Thomas in Need is over here. Oh, I can actually make it to him from here without any troubles. That's nice. Not this way, though. Have to go through the Alps, but I could then go there from here. That's just another bounty for scoundrels. What level is Ivy? 40. Tira's 39, and that's 36. Well, I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. A berserker appeared from the astral fissure, its familiar voice causing Dion to falter. Low attacks will do more damage and stuff. I don't care. Low attacks don't mean much. As we got closer to the astral fissure, a berserker appeared with a roar. Exterminate. Outsiders. All outsiders! Was this one of our own? Were they struck down by the cursed sword? It is no longer human, so its past matters not. We exterminate any who have lost their humanity. Ready yourselves! Well, yeah, another of all organization guy after Curtis is, you know, a little bit meh. We already had the big Curtis reveal.
Watch this! Watch this!
Ouch.
No more!
It sounds, this is apparently a woman, even though it sounds like a frickin' monster. Okay, this should give me a couple of levels. In the end, you could not remember that you were one of us. Dion, you know as well as I do that those creatures are no longer our comrades. They are monsters possessed by a single unquenchable desire, mindlessly moaning empty words. Illusions of the past and a nightmare for those still living. Our purpose is to purge this world of anything that does not belong. Like this astral fissure, do not forget. You are right. I reached for the astral fissure. Dion's and Natalie's eyes trained on me. Its power flowed into my body. We are done. Time to head back to the town.
Your soul surges in your body.
A body like steel achievement. Yes. Oh, and now... the deep ravine has opened up here. Interesting stuff to get to, but I'm going to have to take a break. I might be back on later tonight. In any case, I'll be running some more tomorrow, but for now, we're getting in there. I wonder how much more there is. I haven't seen that much stuff about any of this, so I don't know how close I am to the ending now. But gotta be getting close to there. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and we will do some more later on.